Let's take a look at the Jurassic World Giganotosaurus and compare it to its real-life counterpart. So, Giganotosaurus was a large theropod dinosaur. It belonged to the Carcharodontosauriid family. And those are things that I think are nicely represented in the film. You do have an animal that does overall kind of appear like a Carcharodontosaurid. It is also huge. Now, I think it is larger in the movie compared to the real life counterpart, but overall, it was a big animal in real life. But the details are where it gets a little bit more different, the whole design elements of it. Firstly, with the skull. Now, the skull, when you're looking at it from the side, does seem like it's a little bit too thin compared to the real life animal that seemed to have more of a wide skull, when you're looking at it from the side. The real life animal also, quite notably, had a very large chin, which is something that's missing in the Jurassic World version. But the biggest difference between these two would have to be the assortment of osteoderms that are just covering the animal's back in the movie. Very crocodilian-like, and of course something that we don't have any evidence for the real-life animal. What's also interesting is that they kind of lead into this very, very strange-looking structure set right by the hips. That's very reminiscent to Concavinator, which is another Carcharodontosaurid that was smaller than Giganotosaurus. Of course, we have no evidence of something like this for Giganotosaurus, so that's, of course, a difference. Also including other things like arms that seem to be a little bit too long, and teeth that are overall a lot more jagged and kind of interlocking, I think. All these things really make an animal that is, of course, very different from its real-life counterpart. And this one's actually not a hybrid. I know that there's some folks who are already typing that, but we do actually see the Giganotosaurus in the past, during the late Cretaceous period in the prologue, and the design looks the same. So you can infer that it's not genetic changes that made it look like this. This is simply just how it looks in universe, which is interesting to think about.